So the 2021 NBA draft has finally occurred, and we now know the new homes for everyone in this extremely talented draft class. It's no more speculation, everything is official at least for right now. And as usual every year, the night was full of action, trades, steals, players dropping lower than expected, just a whole lot of stuff. I definitely didn't expect the night to begin with the Brody Westbrook landing on the Lakers. So yeah, anyway, we're gonna look at the biggest winners and losers of the 2021 NBA draft. And we're gonna do this the same way I did with the lottery, alternating from winner to loser. Also, quick disclaimer, don't expect much commentary on K to the Pistons or Mobley to the Cavs. Those W's are obvious, generational talents. But yeah, really quick before I move on, what's up YouTube, Plug Speaks, back with a vid. If you're new, first of all, welcome, go ahead and sub, also like the vid if you enjoy. I upload 3 to 4 times a week and we're grinding for 5k subs, also getting really close to 4k, but back to the vid though. Now I'm gonna start with the winner, and the big winner in this year's draft is the Orlando Magic, by landing 2 top 10 picks with Franz Wagner and the pleasant surprise of Jalen Suggs. Listen, most if not all mock drafts had Jalen Suggs being gone to the Raptors right before the Magic would ever have a chance. However, Toronto surprised pretty much everyone by taking Scottie Barnes. And I'm actually a believer in Scottie, but I'm very confident Jalen Suggs is the better prospect and will also be the better player. Orlando has just landed one of the best combo guards in the entire draft. He's athletic and skilled enough to have D1 offers in both basketball and football. That's crazy. Not to mention his great year at Gonzaga. From the iconic game winner to the game where he made 7 threes, and I could go on and on. He's just a great guard. And before we move to the next, I understand the Magic have a bunch of guards. We're talking Cole Anthony, Fultz, and more. But in this circumstance, you must draft for talent over fit. And it's just obvious the Magic are winners in this draft. But next we got our first loser, which is the San Antonio Spurs for selecting Joshua Primo as the 13th pick. And this isn't really about Joshua Primo, he's a solid guard with size and can shoot. But do the Spurs realize they just passed up on Moses Moody, Corey Kispert, Trey Mann, and Keon Johnson? I mean, like, seriously, Popovich literally could have developed a whole nother Kawhi Leonard with Keon Johnson, which I know sounds like a reach, but he has both amazing athletic abilities and defensive tenacity. But no, they choose someone that most mock drafts had very late first round / early second. And for now, it definitely seems like they just looked over a bunch of talent, making them a loser. But back to the winners, we got the Golden State Warriors. Now they are some big winners, because after a bunch of rumors regarding them possibly looking to turn their picks into a star, they landed 2 potential stars in Kuminga and Moses Moody. And let me hold a little bit of credit, cause about a month ago I made a vid saying the Warriors absolutely need to draft Moses Moody. And it was because he has some serious potential to become another Chris Middleton. And if the NBA Finals didn't wake us all up to how good Middleton really is, then I really don't know what will. But yeah, Moses Moody can really light up the floor from 3. His efficiency of 37% doesn't seem crazy, but the man is a sharp shooter, and landing in Golden State is going to be huge for his career and development. And then there's Kuminga, the 18-year-old who went up against grown men in the G League and had his way for the most part. And it's kind of funny because there were rumors that the Warriors wanted Pascal Siakam, but if Kuminga isn't a bust and pans out as expected, they basically already got him. So yeah, overall, I believe both Moody and Kuminga could be strong contributors behind Steph and the crew, even though they're young. So the Warriors caught a W. Next, we got another loser, which is the New York Knicks. And it doesn't please me to say this, because honestly, I was rooting for the Knicks to land Trey Mann, James Bouknight, or Sharif Cooper. But unfortunately, they weren't able to get any of them. Like bro, any of them. Now, Quentin Grimes is not a bad player at all. He could be a big steal, but to me, their inability to trade up does far too much damage, and it's pretty obvious when they lost hope. because when Bouknight and Tre Mann left the boards, they immediately gave away the 19th and 21st pick. And they could have still landed Sharife, but I can't really blame him for passing, simply because Sharife does have a lot of questions around his offensive ability as far as scoring. So yeah, just a really tough situation for New York. And it's extremely ironic because they really chose the worst year to be a respectable and winning NBA team. This season they finished as the 4th seed and had a bunch of great regular season moments, which is cool and all, but we're talking about a draft class that's been compared to the likes of 2003 that featured Bron, Wade, Melo, and Bosh. That's tough. But anyway, our next winner is the Charlotte Hornets. And I'll go ahead and admit my bias right now. I love LaMelo. Kemba's one of my favorite players. And although they already have way too many guards, it's impossible for me to see this as anything but a W. Because in addition to landing a great raw prospect in Kai Jones, they landed James Bouknight. And I've been vouching for Bouknight and how good he is long before tonight, the lottery, or even March Madness. He woke me up when he was one of the only college players to drop 40. And then once I seen his pure talent as far as athleticism in his highlights, I knew he would be a steal if he falls out the top 10, which he did. And let's not forget, the last time the Hornets drafted a UConn guard in the lottery, they became the franchise leading scorer, Kemba Walker. But yeah, then Kai Jones makes things even better, because man, this team has really needed some new young centers period. And Kai Jones could most definitely become the player that pushes the Hornets into the next level as far as becoming a respectable team defensively. It's that simple, and that's a W. But yeah, now the next loser is every team that passed up on Sharife Cooper and let this man fall to 48 by the hands of the Atlanta Hawks. And I'm sort of breaking the rules, but man, let me just say, I'm making this list as the second round occurs, and I cannot believe this many teams passed up on Sharife Cooper. Now, I mentioned the Knicks earlier, but that sort of made sense. I couldn't clown them given Sharife's flaws. But 48, I mean, it's like these GMs didn't get the memo that Sharife is the best passer in the entire draft easily. The same guy that's gotten heavy Chris Paul comparisons. Nah, that's tough. But anyway, moving on to another winner. We got the Houston Rockets for sure. Because besides the obvious W of landing a generational talent in Jalen Green, they were able to land a solid big in Alfred Sengun and a great shot creator in Josh Christopher. And real quick, they deserve a huge W for reuniting Jalen and Josh. Because for those who don't know, this duo and friendship goes all the way back to high school AAU. Y'all, they have some tremendous chemistry. And I'm not sure of their complete roster as of right now, but Josh and Jalen automatically make Houston a chance at being one of the most fun teams to watch in the league. Just look at the Hornets with Miles Bridges and LaMelo. And yeah, overall, the future is definitely bright. But moving on to the last loser of the video, we got the Philadelphia 76ers. And this has less to do with who they actually drafted, shout out Jaden Springer, but more to do with their inability to trade Ben Simmons. And again, I'm recording this in the middle of the second round, so hopefully this doesn't age poorly in a couple seconds. But as of right now, they have not traded Ben Simmons, and they made it very clear they want to do that tonight, so that's an L. But moving on to our last winner of the video, I'm going to keep this short and sweet. It's the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, they selected Josh Giddey and Tre Mann, meaning they selected someone I believe is a huge steal in Tre and a very LaMelo Ball-like prospect in Josh Giddey. I mean, what else is there to say? That sounds like a W. And yeah, the future most definitely looks bright in OKC. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it for the vid. Definitely let me know what you think about this year's NBA draft. Who do you see as steals? And most importantly, are you satisfied with who your team wound up choosing? Answer all that below, and yeah, I appreciate y'all watching as always. Like the video up, share it, sub if new, all of that, and I'm out.